Hello everyone. First off, thank you for all of the love and support. I am here in New Jersey for the stuff that you saw on the community post, family, boss, and the family. So I wanted to do something to get a video out. So what I did was I compiled a best of Brad's bourbon reviews, threw them all together. Yes, I wear glasses now. Long story. So I got that over here for you. Thank you all for the love and support. You don't understand how much it means to us. You guys are amazing. Enjoy the best of Brad's bourbon reviews. Today, we are going to blind rank the entire Weller Rainbow. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're going to be doing a blind ranking of the entire Weller Rainbow with a few exceptions. I do not have a bottle of Weller Millennium because I'm not worth $40 million. I also do not have a William LaRue Weller. I have not been lucky enough to come across one of those, nor do I have a Daniel Weller. So those are the three that will not be in this list, and I think that's fair. I think it's fair not to have those. I hear you saying, how are you going to do them blind when you know they're in front of you?
I'm glad you asked.
So what I did was I took 6 of these bottles and I put 1 through 6 on them. I don't even know if they're in the right numerical order. And I'm going to pour them based on what I have. Number 1 is going to be Weller Single Barrel. Number 2 is going to be 107. Number 3 is Foolproof. Number 4 is Special Reserve. Number 5 is CYPB. And number 6 is Weller 12 Year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour and I'm going to record myself doing it. And I'm going to speed up the footage. But you're going to see me pour, and then you're going to see I'm going to break out these 2 turntables that I have, and I'm going to put 3 glasses on each turntable, and I'm going to let them spin for a few minutes, and then I'm going to take them off, and I'm going to taste them one by one. I'm going to reckon from least best to the best of the Weller lineup. Let's go ahead and get it going. All right, I feel like a daredevil right now. This is going to be a good time. I'm going to have to take this off so I can remove them, I think. So I can remove them off the turntables. And turn these off. I'm just going to shuffle them because I don't know. I don't want there to be any variable where I could possibly know anything about what's in each glass. Ooh, that drink's harsh. That drink's a little hot. But it's good. The nose is really, really nice. I don't know which one this one is. All right, well, I spilled everything all over. I don't know if you can tell it's all over. Whatever. I hope this isn't... Well, all right. Well, I'm not going to continue to do that blind. I spilled this all over the place. It smells fantastic. I put that, like, here. All right, I'm going to go get a napkin and clean this up, then I'm going to verify my rankings here. All right, I am happy with this ranking, even though there was a huge accident in the middle of that and I spilled a bunch of crap. I'm happy with this ranking. I think this is as definitive as I can be with my ranking for the Weller lineup. Let's see what I like the most. If you had to ask me and just ask my opinion on what I like, what is my favorite Weller, I would tell you it would be Antique 107, followed closely behind Weller Foolproof. Those are my 2 favorites that I would say, but let's see what my taste buds actually thought today. All right, I'm happy with this lineup. I think that's where we're going to be. Let's see what came in dead last here. Up first, we have number 1, which is Weller Single Barrel. I opened that on New Year's Eve, and I can attest to you, I do not like that bottle at all. Didn't like it then, don't like it now. But let's see what came in 5th place. That is number 3. That is Weller Foolproof, coming in 2nd to last place. Holy crap. That is insane to me. That doesn't make sense. All right, let's move on to the next one. Coming in 4th place, number 2, 107. Jesus Christ almighty. Wow. All right, let's see what is coming in 3rd place here. Number 6, that is Weller 12 Year. This is gonna be insane if Weller Special Reserve comes in 1st place. In second place, we have CYPB, which means first place in my blind today. First place is Weller Special Reserve. I don't know how I feel about this. These are not at all, just to be transparent, the Special Reserve, the 107, and the Foolproof were not single barrel picks. They were just the regular batch products. I do have single barrels of Special Reserve and Foolproof, but they were not included in this blind. This is just the straight up batch product. So, wow. Shocking little lineup there. I did not expect that at all. Did not expect that even a little bit. Weller Special Reserve coming in first place is not what I had on my cards for 2025, but I like it. What can I say? I'm a cheap date. One of my favorite craft distilleries, Southern Grace Distillery, graced me with this bottle right here today. This is going to be awesome. Let's get into it. Like I said in the intro, one of my favorite distilleries sent me a bottle today that I'm very excited to get into. This is Virginia's Birthday Barrel. It is a limited 6-year release single barrel proof bourbon. This is barrel 438 coming in at 102.6 proof. Nice easy sipping for me. And thank you, Thomas, very, very much for sending me this. I really appreciate it. Thanks to the whole team, Sebastian, and of course, Virginia. Happy birthday. I really appreciate this. This is very kind. They know I love them. They were the first distillery that was like cool to me. And I've always loved these guys, and I can't wait to try this. I have nothing but love for them. If you don't know, they are in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, about 30 minutes outside of Concord, North Carolina, where I grew up. They make everything in-house. Everything they do is, with the exception of a few things, they do single barrel proof bourbons. So I've been trying to talk them into doing a wheated bourbon, and I'm still trying to make that happen, because I think with the mash bill that they have, which is a really high corn mash bill, I think it's like 80%, so 82% corn. I think if they put some wheat in there too, we'd be going to Sizzler. I have done tastings where I've brought some barrel picks that I have done with them. It's like the Founder's Reserve pick. It always wins the blinds. This one and the double oak, I left it at a friend's house and they completely crushed the double oak pick. It stood up to things like Thomas H. Handy. It stood up to George T. Stagg. And I get so many questions every time I let someone try, especially my Founder's Reserve pick, of like, what is this? This is so good. So if you're in North Carolina, around North Carolina, go check them out. It used to be a prison. So go check out their website, southerngracedistilleries.com, and book a tour or something like that. So thank you guys again for sending me this. I'm tired of talking. Let's get into some drinking here. I think this might be the oldest single barrel they've released. I know they've done some like 4 and 5 year stuff, but 6-year might be their oldest one. I need to follow up with them on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. All right, let's get this thing open. Let's see how we feel about this. I'm so excited. I didn't think I was going to get to try this, but they were gracious enough to send me this. So I'm excited. Their stuff's usually really sweet and really pleasant on the nose. So let's give it a nosing. Let's see how we feel. This one's no exception. This smells great. This smells fantastic. Super sweet oak. Really sweet oak. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Jack Daniel's Sinatra on the nose. If you've ever had the Jack Daniel's Sinatra, they groove into the staves of the barrels to let more liquid penetrate the staves of the barrel, and it results in a really sweet smelling and tasting like sweet wood. And this is exactly it on the nose. This smells so good. Yeah, I get a like sweet oak and like a bubblegum note on this one. And I get that in a lot of their stuff. And like a slight grape note too. It's definitely like grape bubblegum. It is like grape big league chew. That's what it smells like. All right, let's give it a mouthing and see if it tastes as good as it smells. I mean, it's better than the Russell's 15. It's better than the Russell's 15. I just did the review of the Russell's 15. This is better. You tried it too. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, that's way better.
It's better, dude. I just recorded the Russell's 15 video, and I really thought that was good. This is better to me. It's crazy to say. Russell's 15 is a $250 bottle. I don't know how much this costs, but it's probably around $50-$60. It's, less than half the age, and in my opinion, it's better. Straight up. It's straight up better. This is just so nice. I'm getting some barrel char on the nose too, going back to it, which is, I always love when I can pick up like barrel char on a bottle. I love that. Conviction is actually the first bourbon that I got a note on that I was able to identify very distinctly. And I remember it being smoke. It was the first time I've ever smelled smoke on a bourbon. And I was like, oh, it's barrel char. That mouthfeel is incredible. For a 6-year, 102 proof, this is the definition of a crushable bourbon. Like, I could really do some damage to this bottle in one sitting. It is so easy to drink. The 102 proof is super approachable. If you're new into bourbon and you live in the North Carolina area, I would seek this bottle out 100%. If you are into bourbon and have been for quite some time, I'm telling you, you need to get your hands on this bottle. I did some research on this bottle. There was 190 bottles of this produced, and it's $48 retail. So run, do not walk. Go grab these if they're still available. Call the distillery. You need one of these in your collection. I'm going to text my friends that live in North Carolina who are into whiskey. Nick, I'm talking about you and a few other people. Go get your hands on this. This is phenomenal. I'm telling you, this is better than Russell's 15. I'm gonna say it now. This is gonna make my top 10 of the year if that one does, because this is better than that. And I thank you, Holly, for the confirmation. It is the first 6-year release they have done of a single barrel. So, guys, thank you again for sending me this. I appreciate it. I love this. This is so good. This is gonna be another one of those that I go like, you got to try this. But probably not, because there's only, who knows how many of these left. I need another one. I might have to send my mom up to the distillery to get another one. But that is the review. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. While you're down there leaving a like and subscribing, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, you will be entered to win a 2-ounce sample of this. I will send it to you for free. Anyone who leaves a comment will be entered, and I will do a drawing a week after this video has gone live and randomize all the names and pick one winner. So you can't enter if you don't comment. So make sure you leave a comment. Also, if we get to 2,500 subscribers by the end of 2024, I'm going to do a 3-bottle giveaway. So make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. 2023 was a great year for bourbon as far as high-end allocated bottles go, but 2024 is shaping up to be just as good. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're not doing a review, but we are going to talk about some really cool bottles that are coming out in 2024 that I'm excited about. Now, in a perfect world, I would get my hands on all of these, however, that's not realistic. There are just limitations. Other bottles are going to come out besides these that I'm going to want to get my hands on, but hopefully all things go according to plan. These will all be on my shelf in 2024. All of this information that I found for these was from a great Instagram account called Coming Whiskey, C-O-M-I-N-G Whiskey. It is a great resource for all things that are coming out, bourbon, whiskey, all of it. It's a great resource. Go follow them on Instagram. Actually, the link will be in the bio to go give him a follow because he does really great stuff over there. But let's go ahead and get into the ones that I'm most excited about. First up, oddly enough, is a bottle from Bardstown. I'm really curious about this one because apparently Indian whiskey is like really, really good. I have yet to try any, but like Indian whiskey is starting to become a thing that people are like really kind of paying attention to. And that's why this interests me so much coming from Bardstown. It's Bardstown Collaboration Series Amrit? I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. Someone comment down below how you pronounce it because I know I said that wrong. It is a straight rye whiskey finished in Indian Amrit barrels. After it's finished, it is blended with straight bourbon whiskey. So that is just a unique combination all in its own. That's really cool. It's very interesting. Bardstown is in a really cool position to do a lot of cool things. I hope this isn't one of those releases where it's like $300. That would suck. But it is very interesting to me, and that's one that I'm gonna definitely try to get my hands on. The next one comes from Redwood Empire. It's called Devil's Tower. It's a high rye bourbon, and I just am on board with whatever that they want to do. They are an incredible distillery. I love everything I've had from them. In fact, Redwood Empire Cask Strength Bourbon Pipe Dream made my top 20 of last year. So I love them. Anything they want to put out, I'm here for it. Including another bottle from High West called Foggy Burl. This is a single malt whiskey. Single malt whiskey's taken over, man. Everybody's talking about single malt. I'm still more partial to bourbon, and specifically wheated bourbons are like my favorite go-tos. But again, it's Redwood Empire. They have yet to release something that I did not thoroughly enjoy, so I'm here for it. And both of those releases are batch ones, and they will both be at 99 proof. The next one is really interesting to me. Wild Turkey is doing some pretty unique things. I don't agree with all the decisions that they've made over the last few years, especially when it comes to pricing, because to me, they're like more of a blue collar brand, and then to have multiple $100 releases in the same year is just wild to me. But this is Wild Turkey Private Select, and essentially what they're gonna do is they're going to offer up single barrels of Wild Turkey 101. Now, I don't know the pricing on these. I would assume it's gonna be in like the $35 to $45 range. just based on what Wild Turkey 101 currently costs. But this is going to be something that I think is really popular and that people are going to really enjoy. I love Wild Turkey 101. It's one of my favorite go-to everyday drinker, shelf-stable bourbons. It is something that I truly love. So this makes me really excited, and this is the kind of thing that I was really hoping to see more of in 2024. These focuses on this, like, you know, more shelf-available options that don't cost an arm and a leg. And on the completely other side of that coin, Wild Turkey comes out with an announcement about their new Camp Nelson. This is Camp Nelson B, and is matured on the 6th floor of the warehouse. Camp Nelson F is one of the best bourbons I've ever had. It would have been my number one of last year, even over Stag, possibly. I'd have to do a side-by-side, but it was just so good. It would have made my list had I owned a bottle. I had an opportunity a few times, but man, $300 for a bottle is just nuts. And I'm hoping that that's not the case with this one, but it's gonna be. The next one on my list here that I am very excited about, Old Forester 1924. This is my most highly anticipated release of this year. I was in Charlotte for Christmas and I was in the area, like literally a few miles away from the stores where those bottles were dropping. By the way, they cost $115, and North Carolina's a control state, so if you don't know, so that's roughly what the retail is going to be. Probably $150 to $120 is what you'll see it for at retail. I was so disappointed I couldn't get my hands on one of those. I drove around to like 12 different ABC Mecklenburg County liquor stores, and everyone I went to was like, oh, we just had it. Somebody just grabbed the last bottle, and it was just such a letdown. But I have got to get my hands on that. I love the Whiskey Row series. Old Forester does not know how to make bad bourbon. I cannot wait to get my hands on a bottle of Old Forester 1924. The Whiskey Row series is dope. Looking forward to that. The next one on my list here is something that is interesting to me and my fiance. My fiance, for whatever reason, I like it too, but she loves it. She loves Rebel bourbon. Loves it, loves it, loves it. We actually were gifted a bottle of Rebel 10-year that we have yet to do a review of because I was sick, she was sick. So we still haven't got a chance to review the Rebel 10-year, but we're coming around to it. This is something that we're definitely going to try to get our hands on. It's a Rebel Stave Finish collection. And from what I could tell, there was like a few different versions of these. I'm going to consult my phone here, I apologize. This one has stave finishing that imparts flavor of caramel honey. I saw one that was like, I think I may have took a screenshot of it. Yes, I did. I saw one that was like coffee, maybe, or something like that, mocha, something like that. So any kind of finishing stuff like that, I'm interested in. Because it's like, for me, the stave finishing has kind of been proven with Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark wood finishing series is great. And it's something that I'm really looking forward to coming out of Lux Row because I really like Rebel. Rebel is one of our favorite bourbons in this house. Rebel 100 is a staple. That is like our go-to mixing bourbon. We love it. It's like $16 in most places. Can't go wrong with Rebel 100. Speaking of the Maker's Mark wood finishing series, I thought they were done. I know they said like we're opening a new chapter. This is called the Heart Release, and it's for 2024, and it's more of the wood finishing series. I have an image that I'm putting in the video here, but I kind of want to read it to you a little bit, just so you can kind of get an idea of what they're doing. For the second chapter of our limited release wood finishing series, we pursue tasty visions. They wrote 2024 over the text in red. It's hard to read. Taste visions inspired by the teams who craft our handmade bourbon in Loretto, Kentucky, the makers of our mark, if you will. In this 2024 release, known as the Heart Release, we have crafted a one-of-a-kind expression that celebrates our team that distills our whiskey. This team is the center, the heart, if you will, of our whiskey making process. The stage in this process serves to guide all other stages, ensuring our taste vision is realized. Fruit forward with caramel, maple, and chocolate notes. Sign me up. This expression features a rich, creamy mouthfeel that is a pure delight that we hope you enjoy as much as we enjoyed making it. It comes in at 112.6 proof. Yes, yes, yes. And here's the most interesting thing on this label. It says volume 1 of 5. And it's a blend of toasted American and French oak staves, and it's bottled in February of 2024. So that is very interesting to me. I'm not the biggest Maker's Mark fan, but like I said, the wood finishing series is just really, really solid. So I'm definitely gonna try to get my hands on that. All right, second to last here is another product from Lux Row. It is Rebel 100 6-year. Like, just spoke a few minutes about how much we love Rebel in this house, and this is something we're definitely gonna get. Rebel 100, like I said before, it is a staple. I actually forgot about this one, or I would have saved all that for this. But this is something that I cannot wait to get my hands on. It's going to be really, really good. Hopefully, I haven't tried the Rebel 10 year, like I said before, but hopefully if that's good, this will give me hope for Rebel 100 6 year. So can't wait to get my hands on that one. And my last one, back with High West. Love High West, they're the best. Is a bottled and bond rye whiskey. High West puts out some of the best rye whiskey I've ever had. Midwinter's Night Dram, their Rendezvous Rye is fantastic. I believe Rendezvous is what they put into the barrels to finish to make Midwinter's Night Dram. But they're like double rye, all of it's good. I love High West. I love everything I've ever had from High West. They are such a great distillery, and I cannot wait to try 100 proof rye whiskey from you guys. If you're watching this, that's awesome. Great call. That is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Before you leave, comment down below, what are you most excited in 2024 to get your hands on bourbon and whiskey wise? Leave a comment, like the video, and make sure you subscribe as well. I'll see you on the next one. Until then. All right, so I hope to never do a video looking this disheveled ever again. I have been up since 3 a.m., waited in line for just about 6.5 hours for this bourbon drop in Charlotte, North Carolina at Mecklenburg store number 30, I think is the number it was. First off, they did a phenomenal job with like crowd control and having it all organized. So the way it worked is you get there as early as you wanted to. I'd actually hoped to get there around 9 o'clock last night, so I would have been there like legit 12 hours, 12 and a half hours. But they were saying on the phone when you'd call that they weren't going to allow people to do overnight stuff. But it seemed like they were letting people do it because we got there at 3:15 in the morning, and there were people that, like out in line already. We were 46th and 47th in line. I'm freezing cold. Me and Holly went, and I'm exhausted. And it rained the entire time. I ended up making friends with I forget the name of their podcast. I apologize. I'll tag them in this video. Ended up making some friends with people that were kind enough to let me into their tent, and or not tent, it was like a canopy. And that was cool. And then, so around 8:30, if I'm remembering correctly, my day is like this. Like I'm so screwed up. My internal clock is just so screwed up. So around 8:30, they brought out the list, and it showed what they had and how many of each one they had. This was amazing. Like this was such a cool thing to do. So like one of the fewest things they had one thing that wasn't on. As far as allocated, it wasn't on. They had 2 bottles of King of Kentucky, and I'm assuming those went, to the first 2 people that were standing in line. But they had so much stuff. They had 240 Blanton single barrels. We hit some heavy hitters here. E.H. Taylor, they had 30 single barrels. They had 90 of the E.H. Taylor barrel proof. So like they had like a ton of stuff. Stag Junior, they had like a store pick that was 180. Bottles of that, which is nuts. So the way it worked was when you finally made your way inside, you had to like walk through the store. So like they kind of had like the lines that always get more people inside, and then they had it like 2 sides of the register. So it was the left-hand side and the right-hand side. You could pick one from the left, one from the right. Plus, they were allowing people who wanted to buy a bottle of Buffalo Trace that didn't count as like one of your 2 choices. So the stuff on the left was where like the King Kentucky, the birthday bourbon was, the E.H. Taylor, the Elmer T. Lee, the entire Weller lineup except Special Reserve. And then on the right-hand side, they had Little Book, correct me if I'm like, how many members? They had Little Book Blantons. They also had Blanton straight from the barrel and gold on that left side as well. On the right side, they had Little Book, Blantons, Old Forester single barrel pick, Henry McKenna, Old Ezra 7-year, BRT, Maker's Mark BRT01 and BRT02. So with all that said, they did a great job. Shout out to them. That was very well done, very well managed. I'm going to go sleep for like 6 weeks. We're here at a nice rainy morning. It is around 5 o'clock in the morning. Been here for a few hours. Here for a bourbon drop. I hope we actually end up with something. There's probably about 14 people ahead of us, but yeah, it's freezing, it's cold, and I'm ready to go home.
Many unbearable hours later.
8:20 in the morning. The line starts here, goes all the way down, back around the building, up the backside, down this walkway, and then back to the front. We're like number 45-ish in line. It's an unofficial count, but that's kind of where we think we are.
So due to where we are in line and what they said that they have number-wise, we should be good to get a Weller 12-year and an E.H. Taylor single barrel, which are two bottles we have been dying to get our hands on. So this makes it worth it 100%. But I'm going to show you guys what we did get. So I was up first, and I grabbed E.H. Taylor single barrel. I keep saying single barrel, E.H. Taylor barrel proof. I'm so excited to try this. I need to find out which batch this is. I'm just curious. I know there's a way to tell. I'll find out which way it is, what it is. But I'm excited to try this. This is a bottle that I really honestly didn't think I was ever going to get. And this bottle cost us at retail $69.95. So that alone is worth it. Then I also got, as my second option, I got something that I have been like looking for. I'm gonna go back and like collect all of these. This is the wood finishing series. This is 2022 BRT01. Let me get this focus here. For some reason, they had BRT01 and 02. I think it's because the store had been was supposed to open so long ago that they just had them still. We are one more bottle closer to completing our entire lineup. Weller 12 year. I am so excited to try this. I know people either love or hate this. I am just excited to have this as part of the collection. This is, if you know anything about living in Florida, this is impossible to get. Like, you have to get in the vault, and then hopefully they have it. Like, I've never even seen it in the vault in the 5 times I've been invited to the vault, 4 or 5 times. And this was not expensive either. This was, where is it? I wish they had them like in alphabetical order. That's the only complaint I have. But I think they do it by like SKU codes. That makes sense. Weller 12 year was $44.95. They also had a crap ton of Weller CYPB for $49.95. So they had 60 bottles of that. So I'm going to bed. Thank you guys for watching. This was a cool little video to do. I hope I never look like this again on the video, because I look like I got the shit kicked out of me. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. Hello everyone, we are here in freezing ass cold Kentucky for the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We're on like a little few day vacation. Drove in last night. It's really cold. I'm really cold. That's all I got to say so far. So far, we went to Buffalo Trace today, and we'll do a video at the end with all the stuff we got from all the distilleries today at the end of this video. But we are here actually now at Four Roses. Now, the reason we didn't take any videos or anything at Buffalo Trace is there's 2 reasons. First off, it was raining and like really, really cold. And we'll be back on Monday for a tour. So we're going to kind of, why did I say tour like that? A tour. We'll be back on Monday for a tour at Buffalo Trace. So that's another one of the reasons. But I can give you a brief review of Freddy's root beer. Fantastic. I love this stuff. It's not very sweet, which is a good change of pace for a root beer. But we're at Four Roses. Let's go. Snowing. We're from Orlando. This is so odd for me. Made it to Heaven Hill and it is snowing. Look how many rick houses they have here. That is wild to me. There's even some way back there. Heaven Hill Distillery makes a bunch of bourbon I really, really like. Elijah Craig
Evan Williams. All kinds of good stuff.
I gotta say, as far as scale goes, this is probably the biggest one we've seen so far. Wild turkey may be a close second, but this is huge and beautiful.
Wild turkey was hard to tell.
Yeah. Bardstown Distillery. This is probably the most beautiful distillery grounds yet. They actually, the rick houses look like apartment buildings. It's gorgeous. Heaven Hill was pretty gorgeous, and it was also awesome. Wait till you see the bottle. I'm sorry, that's what I'm thinking of. Lux Row. Wait till you see the bottle we got at Lux Row. Wait till you see the bottles we got at Lux Row Distillery. I'm so excited to show you guys. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.